Hello and welcome to day 26 of the No New November challenge. We're almost coming to the end now. Today we're going to be making some fabric tabs, but what I want to do is just kind of show you where I'm at with my journal. I have sewn in my signatures now. Now that we've got all of the pages, I've taken quite a considerable amount out because this was going to be seriously gator my mouth otherwise. So I've got 4 signatures. I've got my spine dangle, which comes down the back. And I've got my dashboard. I'll give you a quick flip through. We've got some various different pages. I've added some other pages, book pages, ordinary paper, that kind of thing for now. The other shaker window with the second pocket, envelope flip, and in here is another tag, journaling card that we made. In here we've got some journaling cards and a paper pad that we made. Got some of the big tags, journaling slots. This was the newspaper. The other side of the newspaper with a tuck spot, pocket, and this was actually not, this was something I had in my stash which I used. The other notebook that I made, yeah, so different pages. I've got this kind of dangle thing that I made separately, with toilet roll centre. Actually, I cut out the circle from the toilet roll and used it, and just popped it on a paper clip. And then the little notebook that I made yesterday. So this is the current state of my journal. I've taken out quite a lot of things that I have made, which is okay. I will use them for other things, but as it stands, this is already kind of gator mouth doing the whole wide thing. This was 4 signatures in the end. I was going to do 3, but I didn't like how it was kind of sitting when I had the 3 in, so that's that. Now the reason I have that to the side is so that when I'm doing the fabric tabs I know where I'm at. Sorry about that. I had to sort out the storage on my phone, so I've pulled out a couple of bits of scraps of various different fabrics that I want to use. Obviously I'm now gluing these as I don't have a working sewing machine, so that's why I did get this out and sorted. So I like my page tabs to kind of go in a diagonal, so I'll have one like strip of maybe 5 going down from the top to the bottom across, and then I might have an extra one here in either corner. So I'm looking at about a total of 5, 6, 7, and then maybe 2 up here, so 7, 8, 9 total tabs on this. Now that will be a mix of the paper ones that we've got, which we've already done, and some which are, so I'm just going to bring some of those in because I can use those as we go along as well, glue those in, and some of them will be fabric. So I've just started to layer some fabrics together. I've got my Fabri-Tac. Let's get this glue going. Now I really do prefer to sew these normally because you get, I think having the sew lines is quite nice, and particularly if you're using like a pattern or a zigzag stitch or something like that. There we go. Now I think I'm going to pop a button on the end of this as a decoration, because I think this piece of lace is just a little bit short here, so I think I'm going to pop a button on the end. It's all about layers. I mean, you can just straight up put a piece of your fabric folded over and in. That is also possible, but I like to do a little something on it. Now you can do one of two things. You can either fold it over the page like so, or you can glue it on like this so it kind of sticks out and you just end up with the back. On this one I think I'm going to glue it round so it'll stick out like this. Which page? I think I will actually put it straight on the first one. So let's do a line, because I'm wanting to go diagonal. I've got the one in the middle already, more or less. So I'm going to pop a line here for the first bit. I want the button on the front here, because of the red goes with the red of this flower. Now the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a line right where the fold will go, as well as then a second line on the back of the page, and then I'm going to fold it over to where I want it to be. So I want to have the fold to be kind of sticking out of the page rather than flat to the page. You can do it flat to the page. We have done those. I did show you an example of that when we did the tags, but personally I like to have something grabbable. So this is still wet at the moment, so this is moving around a little bit, and I am going to just glue a little bit more on the back here. There we go. So that's my first one. Now my second one here, I want it to come about here somewhere, so I'm going to do it on this one, and I am going to use one of my paper ones. I want it to sit kind of halfway between the ones which I've already got, so that means it's going to sit about here. Now this one is paper, so I will use my art glitter glue. Just glue a bit under the back where I've missed. Ooh. Okay, so we've got one fabric one. Now I might pop a teeny tiny one here if I've got something somewhere around here. What could I use? Could use this little tiny paper one. Actually, I might use that. I mean, I'm trying not to use, I don't want to use too many of my paper ones because I do want to have some fabric, but I think this space just calls for a little small one. It's also where the pocket, one of the page pockets are, so that's quite nice. There we go. Now actually, if I was being smart, which, let's try and do that, shall we? Let's put the birds up the right way. There we go. It's back into the pocket. There we go. Right, so after this I want a fabric one about here. So I want to use some of the bedding. But I'm also going to put a bit of this kind of organza underneath it, so it kind of pops a bit. Although that one's bending a little bit, so let's try this piece. no, go back to the piece. It's just gonna run it, kind of loosen it up above the light, not too far away, kind of just use the heat to flatten it. You don't want to get it too close because it is just metal, not metal, organza is just man-made, so it will melt, but there we go. So that's that. Not loving it yet, so I think I want some lace underneath it. I've got some nice wide-ish lace. That's too wide. Which is slightly, that's about right. So let's take a piece of lace about this wide. These laces were gifted to me. I've got a set of them when I was doing a lot of what do you call it? My brain is totally shut off today for the day. When I was doing a lot of kind of happy mail at one point, I don't do a huge amount of happy mail now. I've had some not so great experiences with it, so I kind of made a decision that for the time being I'm not going to do any more. As a personal decision, for the time being. I still buy creations from people sometimes, so I'm still kind of enjoying doing it, but yeah, no, I kind of feel like I needed to take a step back. I was stressing myself out over it more than I needed to, and it kind of, the whole behind it was becoming, the whole reasoning for doing it was getting lost, and I kind of, yeah, stopped for a bit. It became quite stressful, so I'm sure that's not the case for everyone, but yeah, I won't go into the reasons why, because it's not particularly the best thing to, and it, for many people, it is exactly what I was hoping for. It's nice to do it, you know, you get a sense of well, you feel happy because you've made somebody else happy, and it's always very nice when you receive something in the post yourself, but for reasons I won't go into, I did stop. I do want to put a flower or something on here. Oh, I could put a label actually. Should we put a label? I haven't used labels in a little while. I've got this one randomly sitting here, so let's pop that on there. Let's take this. You can't see what I'm doing, sorry. Talking away and I'm not really paying attention. I'm going to double this up with some Fabri-Tac on the sticker on this, because it's going onto fabric rather than paper. So I'm just going to pop that on the side here. It's pretty. And on the back, what do I want to do on the back? Could put a flower, not a flower, a righty-hoo. That's a nice flower. It's blue, but oh, maybe I could put it on. No, we don't like that. Hey. Have a look, see what we've got. Go for me butterflies. I'm not using my own butterflies on these ones, so I'm going to use ones which I've got from other places along the way. Mostly books. want a big one. Yeah, I'm going to go for a nice big butterfly like that. So again, because it's paper to fabric, and anytime I use paper to fabric or fabric to fabric, I use Fabri-Tac as opposed to anything else, because Fabri-Tac is, well, that's what it's for, fabrics really, but also the Fabri-Tac does a whole lot of other things. It's because it's a silicone based, I think, isn't it? Or at least I think it is. I'm not 100% sure. Right, so we've got that one. Now we want to pop another one somewhere around here. So this is off the side of this page. I might do it here actually, on this one. Let's pull out. Let's have a wider one, shall we? Bigger. So do a few lines here. This one I'm just going to fold this on, put this on first before I put any layers on, because it's kind of folding over and I kind of want to make sure that it's down before I start adding layers. So folding that over so we've got an overlap but not too deep of an overlap. There we go. Right, now I like this oak leaf that is on here, but I do want to put something else on it. So this is some lace that I've got, which is quite pretty. I have a few different things here and I can't see them. Getting lost. Pop a piece of this down and a piece of this. Kind of picking out the colours that are on this page. And then let's put a button down on top, like that. So I'm going to have a stack of pieces. I'm going to put some teeny tiny bit of this on as well. The top. There we go. That's how I want it. So let's glue this bit down first. I'm going to do a quick glue of everything, then I'll go over everything afterwards and kind of secure it down properly. Right. Let's just there we go. And then on the other side, I don't need the red on the other side. I think I want to put something on it. Maybe pop a bit of the brown. I'm going to put a bit of the brown on as well, just across there. So I've literally just popped a bit of brown on the bottom of this one. So there's my, we've actually got 6 now because I added an extra one, small one here. I might add an extra tiny one on the back here. I've got another little teeny tiny one. Boop, boop, boop. I think I'll just use one of these, so it doesn't need much. So today has been quite a lot of a dark day here in the UK. It hasn't, well, it's been very kind of glum, which is a shame, but you know, those glum days make you appreciate the good days. But definitely worth keeping an eye on. So now I want to put another 2 here, so I'm going to put a fabric one here, and then I'm going to put another, I'm going to put this one on the back. So I'm going to work out, I want this one to sit kind of around this page here, so I'm going to pop that straight on there. Now, oh no, wrong glue. Give it a good old cover. Make sure you get it right to the edge. Line it up well. There we go. Now the middle one I want to fall about here. We've already got a page flip on this one, so we're going to go for this one here. No, we're not. We're going to do it on this one. So I want, this page is kind of naturals, neutrals, so I don't want too big of one. So I'm going to use some of my ribbon. Going to put it on this lace, but I also want to put some colour behind it a little bit. So I've got this, it's a wide ribbon. I don't know if this is going to work, I may not like it. It's got some bumblebees on, so I'm going to pop that underneath. I think you won't see the bumblebees, but let's see how that looks. Move that out of the way. So this one I'm not actually going to fold over, I'm going to almost make it almost like a feature. Layer it. Then I'll pop a button or something there. So this is how you do it without folding it over. So you want, if you're doing this, you really want to make sure that each layer is glued down pretty strong. So first thing I'm going to do is glue the organza ribbon down where I want it to be. I don't want it to stick out too far, just enough. Then I'm going to pop another bit of glue over this where I want the lace to go. Again, I'm going to kind of bring it at an angle. You want to make sure you really get the edge along here, particularly because you want to make sure that that is very secure, or as secure as you can get it. And then I'm going to pop this down. I can feel the glue through, so I know that that will hold. And then I want to get a button or something. I'm going to pull this up a bit actually. I'll pop a button there. And glue that on. There we go. So in place. So that's good. So you should, yeah, now see I've got three, one here, and one here at the back. And then here I've got one going, one, you can't quite see, I have to move this. So I've got one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here. I think I've got enough. I was talking about putting ones in either corner of the opposite, but I don't think I need to. I like the line of going straight through. Otherwise you end up having so many page tags, and also you'll end up with some more as you kind of go, where you might end up on a particular page where you feel like you've really enjoyed, on a particular page where you think you've got something that you really enjoyed doing today, and you when you're actually journaling, then you can add a page tag on that you want to go and get access to really quickly. So I hope you've enjoyed today. It's been really good, and tomorrow we are going to be doing some envelopes out of junk papers, scrapbook papers, whichever you've got, whatever you've got. We'll be making similar to these. Now I've used a punch board for this, but you don't need to use a punch board, you can just use anything really. I hope you've enjoyed today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care, bye now.